ذلك ربما يذكر تارة مقدار وأخرى مقدار
آخر
ولا تناقض في ذلك بحسب ما يرجع إلى الغرض
إلى آخره. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. So in this chapter, Imam Rahmatullahi alayh, he is teaching us or telling us that what are the secrets of different number and digits in Sharia. For example, if the Sharia says do this that many times, or the adad or number should be like this. So Imam Rahmatullah alayh, he taught us the hikmah and the wisdom therein. And then about prayer with jama'ah, he said that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said in a hadith that jama'ah prayer, that is in darajat, is equal to 27 prayers. In one hadith. In another hadith, 25 prayers. So then he said, why 27? So in the very beginning of the chapter, he has mentioned that mostly Sharia is mentioning what? The odd numbers. The even number very little. But what? The odd numbers. And he started the chapter with, why the odd number? Because in Allah witrun yuhibbul witra. Allah is odd, so He loves odd numbers. So here also Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said 27, that is odd. 25, that is odd as well. So anyhow, Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says that why 27? So he said 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. So 3 multiplied by 3, 9 multiplied by 3, 27. And then he mentioned that in Jama'ah prayer, there are manafi' and benefits. And these manafi' are 3 times. Number 1, the very benefit of the person concerned. What is that? Min tahzibiha, that he is becoming very cultured. When somebody is coming to masjid, joining the Jama'ah prayer, he is trying to be in good shape, in good dress, to say salam to others. Assalamu alaikum. Sir, go ahead. Opening door for someone or offering the wuzu area to someone. That is tahzib. And number 2, that is making his animalcy developed. Number 2. And number 3, his angelcy developed. And number 3, his animalcy down. Qahrul bahimiyya and zuhurul malakiyya. And Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says that the second benefit, now look, for a person, there are 3 benefits. For a person, there are 3 benefits. Now the second benefit of Salat Jama'at is for the people of the masjid concerned. And that is, that in them, the Sunnat Rashida, which is prayer with Jama'ah, that is introduced. And they are competing one another in that. And number 2, through their Jama'ah, they are becoming cultured as a group. Now the first one was cultured as a person. Now it is cultured as a group. And number 3, وَإِجْتِمَاعِ كَلِمَتِهِمْ عَلَيْهَا, that through this unity, they are becoming united in their whole life. Got it? And the third benefit, so this is another 3. And the third benefit, which is for Ummah as a whole all over the world. We are praying our Jama'ah here. Other masjid, they are praying their Jama'ah in their masjid. Other masjid, they are praying their Jama'ah in their masjid. From east to west and from north to south. So for the Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, there are 3 benefits in Salat Jama'at. And that is that through this Jama'ah prayer, they are Ghazza Tariya, green and fresh. They remain green and fresh. And Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says that neither tahrif or perversion is coming to the deen, nor any laziness is happening. Because with one another, when they see, oh, Maul Yusuf is going to masjid, let me go also. Got it? So tahawun does not happen. And when all the people, they are doing the same prayer, so any changes will come to the way of our prayer anywhere?
No.
When the practice is going on, so how somebody can bring change to that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Imam Rahmatullahi alayh, he said like this, now in the first one, he said there are another three. And that is for individual. Number one, al-qurb min Allah wal mala'il a'la. That the individual or the person concerned to Jama'ah prayer, he is becoming close to Allah and to the angels of Mala'il a'la. Number two, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is writing hasanat for them. And number three, He is erasing their khatiyat and their evils. And in the second one, which is for the community, there are three things. Number one, intizamu hayyihim wa madinatihim. Through this unity, when they are sitting together, they say that, look, in our area, some youth are sitting there on the streets. And the women are going here and there. This is not looking good. So they discipline those youth. That you should not sit here, just go to a side and sit there, because it causes trouble for the women who are passing by. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or they say that, oh, when we are coming here, one drainage that is broken and that causing trouble to the people. So let's fix it. And to clean the street. Intizamu hayyim wa madinatihim. And number two, wa nuzulul barakati alayhim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending barakat on them. And number three, that in akhirat, they will be doing shafa'at. Shafa'at mean that they will be going shahadat for one another. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask, yes, that what do you know, Mawli Uzair, about this Yusuf? So Mawli Uzair will say that he was a committed Muslim. He was coming when he was home. He was coming 5 times or at least 3 times for Jama'ah prayer. So that is another one. And in the third one, which is for Ummah as a whole, there are 3 things. Tamshiyatu ijma'il mala'il a'la. That mala'il a'la, for their raza, they are having their ijma' and consensus and making dua for them. And number 2, that they are holding the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very strongly. And number 3, as they are practicing good deeds, so the ta'akus of their lights are happening to one another. They are getting lights from one another. So anyhow, now Imam Rahmatullah alayh, he is referring to these 2 riwayat. The other one also, he said that there are 5 multiplied by 5. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that is tafzulu salat al-fajr bi 25 daraja. So anyhow, I said only the one, the other one already we explained. وَسَبَبُ اِخْتِلَافِ الرِّوَايَةِ فِي ذَلِكَ اِخْتِلَافِ وُجُوهِ الزَّبْط. That what Imam said, that actually one Sahabi, he did the zabat of hadith bi-27, the other one bi-25. But it doesn't mean that they made a mistake in the zabat. But once Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said 27, another time he said 25. And we mentioned there that they depend how correct the prayer of the people is. So if that is too perfect, so bi 27 daraja. If in Jama'ah there is so that is bi 25 daraja. So in between 25 to 27, it goes. So Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says, وَرُبَّمَا يُغْتَى بِالْعَدَدِ. And sometimes the adad itself, or the digit or the number itself is not meant. But actually, through mentioning that digit or that number, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is giving us the concept of the greatness of that thing which we are doing. So رُبَّمَا يُؤْتَى بِالْعَدَدِ إِظْهَارًا لِعِظَمِ الشَّيْءِ وَكِبَرِهِ. That is a great thing. فَيُخْرَجُ الْعَدَدُ مَخْرَجَ الْمَثَلِ. So that adad is, for example. That adad is, for example, نَزِيرُهُ مَا يُقَالُ. Look at me. Like I say, you are to me just like mountain. So you are not mountain. You are not mountain. What with the mean you turn to stones? Yes, or to Rocky Mountain or whatever. No, you are to greatness. He is mentioning by this word what?
Greatness. That
but our Shaykh Rahmatullahi alayh, Shaykh Abdul Halim Saheb Rahmatullahi alayh, So Mutakallim Islam, sometime when he was referring to Shaykh al-Islam, Hafiz al-Taymiyyah, Rahmatullahi alayh, so he used to say, wa Shaykh al-Islam, Ahmad ibn al-Halim al-Harrani, kana jabal min jibal al-ilm, or kana binafsihi jibal al-ilm. So once I said that, Shaykh, you said kana jibal al-ilm. Sometimes you say kana jabal min jibal al-ilm, but you said jibal al-ilm. He said his azama, his greatness, that he was not like a mountain, like mountains. He was as high like putting one mountain over the other, over the other, over the other, just go up. Got it?
Yes.
Or not it? So Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says, Naziru ma yuqal, muhabbatu fulan fi qalbi mislu jabal, that the love of Mr. So and so in my heart is like a mountain. Mean too much muhabba or love I have. وَقَدْرُ فُلَانٍ يَسَرُ أَعْلَانَ السَّمَاءِ, and the position or status or highness of Mr. So and so, that is touching the sides of the heaven or the sides of the skies. وَعَلَى the sides of the sky. وَعَلَى هَذَا يَنْبَغِي يُخَرَّجَ قَوْلُ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. Now Imam Rahmatullah is referring to hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that a mu'min, when the angels ask him, مَنْ رَبُّكَ, is your Lord, and what was your deen, and who is this man who was sent to you? And he answered correctly. He answered correctly. So Rasulullah said, يُفْسَحُ لَهُ فِي قَبْرِهِ سَبْعُونَ زِرَاعًا, that 70 yards his qabr is enlarged, made spacious. So by this 70 yards, yes, the angels, look at me, that the angels, they have the measurement and they are saying, oh, let's open it 70 yards. No, Rasulullah is actually referring to vastness, that his qabr, it becomes very vast and spacious. And that's why in one hadith he said sab'un zira'an, and in another hadith said madd al-basar. Another hadith said madd al-basar. So the number is not mentioned, but not meant, but it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes his qabr very vast. وقوله, are his qawl of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in hawzi ma bayn al-Ka'bati wa Bayt al-Maqdis, that my house, water reservoir, is like that big, like the distance from Kaaba to Bayt al-Maqdis. So it doesn't mean that we will measure it, that is how many miles are there from Baytullah to Bayt al-Maqdis. Yes, the house is that much. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam means that that is a very big house. That is a very big house. And that's why in another hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, Hawzi la ab'adu min Elata ila Adan. Ela is one city and Adan is another city. Ela is in Sham and Adan is in Yemen. Got it? Yeah. Say from Ela to Adan. So from Ela to Adan, the distance of Ela to Adan and the distance of Makkah to Baytul Maqdis, that is not the same. So the house is equal to this one or equal to that one. Or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not mean a specific measurement of distance, but he means that is very big. So once he gave the example of Makkah to Baytul Maqdis, for a second time he gave an example from Ela to Adan. وفي مثل ذلك ربما يذكر تارة مقدار, and in such like situation, sometime the miqdar, that is mentioned, one miqdar is mentioned, one measurement is mentioned, وأخرى مقدار آخر. And second time, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ب27 or ب25, or he said from Makkah to Baytul Maqdis or from Ela to Adan. That sometime he mentioned one miqdar and sometime another. وَلَا تَنَقُّصَ فِي ذَلِكَ بِحَسَبِ مَا يَرْجِعُ إِلَى الْغَرَضِ. So Imam Rahmatullah says that Mulyozair cannot make an objection that there is a contradiction into a hadith from Ela to Adam, from Makkah to Baytul Maqdis. Oh brother, this specific distance is not meant, actually the spaciousness is meant there. وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَلَى خَيْرِ خَلْقِهِ مُحَمَّدٍ وَآلِهِ وَأَصْحَابِهِ أَجْمَعِينَ.